Hey everyone, it's Rena Jadov with Health Bootcamps, here with Dr. Peter Osborne talking about his book, No Grain, No Pain. This is the masterclass, and this is a chapter on, all right, what is this 30-day program going to look like for me? So, Dr. Osborne, you break the program into two parts, right? The first 15 days and then the final 15 days. Talk us a little bit through the first 15 days.
Think of it as like if somebody hasn't exercised in 10 years, we're not going to send them to the CrossFit gym and have them do a massive workout, right? So the first 15 days is kind of like it's kind of like the no grain, no pain plan light. What
Okay.
we're really trying to do is eliminate some of the big categorical elements of food, the sugar, the dairy, the grain, the big things that we know are going to move the needle very quickly for them. The whole intent of the first 15 days is that a person experiences a benefit and they make the connection in their mind that changing their diet can change their outcomes,
Mhm.
right? And so once that 15-day time is over and they do notice a change and an improvement, then the rest of the rules come in the next phase. And those rules are a little bit more rigid and a little bit more stringent. We're cutting out legumes. We're cutting out certain types of nightshades and other types of foods that can also be cause chronic inflammation and pain.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's not just grain. So your program actually excludes nightshades and legumes as well.
It does. It does, and it eliminates seeds as well. So again, it's the
Okay.
second half of the program is a lot more aggressive,
Okay.
but because we want to first make sure that they understand that there can be a big impact, so that they're not such a skeptic going into the program in the beginning saying there's just no way I can do it and I quit. Right. So we want to introduce them to the concept. When they feel a lot better and they feel a difference, then we introduce them to the next level of that concept and they make another leap and bound in their improvement.
What do you think of the keto diet? And is your plan similar to a keto diet?
No, keto diets are great if they're necessary. So there's the people that really benefit from keto are chronic diabetics who can't get their blood sugar under control. People with cancer do really well on a ketogenic diet. People with neurological diseases, autoimmune neurological diseases like MS and ALS do really well. Epileptic seizure disorders do really well on a ketogenic diet. That's where the ketogenic diet predominantly comes from, is from studies and research done on epileptics, because it does so well at helping them control seizures.
What is your diet similar to in that case? Like if someone's listening and going, okay, so what is my second, what are my first 15 days going to look like? And what are my last 15 days going to look like? Is it more like a paleo? Like, is there a particular diet that it's similar to in terms of what you've removed?
Yeah, I would say probably one of the closest would be, you could say, like a close to paleo. So
Okay.
think of it as paleo plus, because it's not just paleo. And a lot of what's out there on paleo is wrong. If we look at who created paleo, Lauren Cordain is the doctor who created paleo. And a lot of people have bastardized his diet, and they've created things that are in the paleo diet. For example, coffee. Coffee's a legume. Coffee, it's bean juice. When you're drinking coffee, you're drinking bean juice. And so if you're following a paleo diet and you're drinking coffee, you're not really following a paleo diet. But there's so many people out there
Yeah.
recommending,
Oh,
coffee with butter and with everything else, and they think they're on a paleo diet and they're not following a paleo diet. So to be clear, it's closer to a paleo diet, but there are additional things beyond that paleo diet that are necessary for people with chronic autoimmunity.
and it comes with recipes. So let's talk a little bit about your book for these particular 30-day programs. So it includes recipes. Do you recommend 2 days in intermittent fasting?
I recommend intermittent fasting if a person can tolerate intermittent fasting. A lot of people who are diabetic or hypoglycemic don't do so well with intermittent fasting at first, so I don't want to throw too much at them. But one of the fastest ways to alleviate pain is fasting. If you can get away with a 24 to 48 hour fast, it actually has more therapeutic bang than anything else that you could do. Because especially if the pain is being caused by food. So think of it like this: if the pain's being caused by food, then not eating takes away what causes the pain. So you experience the quickest benefit by not eating. However, the catch-22 is you can't fast forever, right? So then when you start reintroducing food, you've got to know what to reintroduce so as not to create a massive inflammatory response when you reintroduce food.
But this is not a fasting diet per se, right?
No, it's not. It's not a fasting diet. There's some sections in there about fasting and strategies on intermittent fasting, because again, it's a 30-day program. And, to get into advanced fasting strategies, really a lot of that stuff should be done under supervision from somebody who's experienced in fasting.
Absolutely. But this program can be done without supervision, so someone who can just pick up your book and just follow it along.
Yep.
Okay, fantastic. Other than the recipes, is there anything else that's included in the program that you want them to do, like supplements, etc.?
Yeah, so there's a supplement protocol that they can follow. We included the different supplements that we recommend. And so between supplements and diet change, we also talk about exercise and the importance of what I like to call the 7 fundamental habits. You've got to have sleep. You've got to have sunshine, exercise, clean air, clean water, stress management, the right food, and you got to have love. You got to have love in your life. Those are very, very important healing factors. And if any one of those things are missing, then, it can derail part of your progress.
Sounds like Rena's health pyramid, because that's what I've come up with. It's we've misunderstood the cause of disease completely. We think it's all about the food, and it's not. It's about really 6 other things. And love's right there, stress is right there, sleep is right there. And if you don't have the entire pyramid at work, you can't change anything with just changing out your food. It really is a comprehensive program that needs to be adopted by you. Any last parting advice for someone who is in pain and really looking to turn their life around, looking to get to a life without pain? What is the one recommendation that you would make?
Never give up. Hope. It's the number one element. If you are without hope, you are hopeless. And by definition, you will never succeed. So you've got to keep your chin up and know that there's a light at the end of the tunnel. Look, there are a lot of books, there are a lot of programs, there are a lot of smart doctors and smart people in this world that we live in, and they're all right. Their experiences and their shared wisdoms are all correct. And so you have to find the one that resonates with you, and you have to keep hope at the forefront of your thoughts, and you have to push forward, and you have to understand that your changes in your changes in lifestyle and behavior are a necessity to get to where you want to be. And don't let anyone tell you otherwise, because if they do, they're trying to sell you something, whether it's a supplement or a drug. You're the one who has the power to make the changes and to get better. No one else has that power, but there are people that can guide you through that process.
I love that. That is so profound. And yes, you can. You absolutely can make that change that you need to make to get your life back. And exactly as you said, I think there's so many different books and options out there. I personally believe, hey, try them all, keep doing it until you figure it out. And this is just a 30-day program. So again, why not try it? Try it, see how much better you feel. And if it doesn't work, that's great. If it works, you're on to enjoying a life that's pain-free. How can you not give it a shot? So with that said, we wrap up our book masterclass on No Grain, No Pain. I hope you watch the entire series. Share it with your friends. Share it with someone who you know is suffering from pain. We shouldn't have to suffer from pain. I'm pain-free, and I'm telling you, it is the best way to be. So with that said, stay smiling. Dr. Peter Osborne, keep doing the amazing work you're doing. Thank you so much.
Well, you're welcome, and thanks for having me on.